Hello and welcome back to another Python tutorial. My name's Tom with LearnPythonTutorial.com, and in today's tutorial we're going to check to see if some objects exist in a tuple. If they don't exist in a tuple, using the in operator and the not in operator. We've seen this before with the list. So what it is hey, Python, we give an object and Python will go and look and see if that object exists in the tuple. If it does, it returns a boolean, and if it does not, it returns another boolean. So this is a good way for us to check if an object exists and have a control statement, like an if statement or something like that, to say, hey, do this if it doesn't exist, or do this if it does exist. All right. So it's kind of important to understand how to check if something exists in the data type. So that's why we're taking a look at this pretty simple way to check if an object exists in a tuple. So let's go ahead and create a tuple. We're going to use A to represent our tuple. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hit return. There's our tuple, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the tuple format. As you notice that we talked about, there's many ways to create a tuple. And I created it by just making 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it comes back as in a tuple format when you actually call it. Anyway, let's go ahead and check if some objects, I shouldn't say stuff, some objects exist in our tuple. So let's do 1 in A. So is 1 in our tuple that's represented by A. Hit return true. Alright, so it is there. Alright, let's try another one. 2 in A. Yes, it is. 2 is in A. Nice, true. How about 22 in A? False. Does not exist. How about 5 in A? Nope, doesn't exist. False. Alright, so this gives us the ability to check if something exists in a tuple, like I was saying beforehand. But what happens if we want to check if something doesn't exist in that tuple? We can use something called the not in operator. All right, so let's say 5 not in A returns true, because yes, 5 is not in our tuple up here. We don't see 5. All right, so how about let's see here, 65 not in A, true. 65 is not in there. How about 4 not in A? Returns false, because 4 is actually in our tuple represented by A. One more, 1 not in A, false, because 1 is in A. So when would we use something like this? Why would we need to be able to check that? Well, let's just say I wanted to return to the user something other than false, because I want to let the user know that 1, let's use this one up here, 1 in A, all right? I want to, instead of saying true or returning something, pretty generic, I can say, yes, 1 is in our list of things, or something like that. So we can do an if statement. If 1 in A, all right, we're going to do something. So we're going to print back, print the number 1 is contained in our database. All right. Say, for example, our tuple was a database or something like that. All right. So we're going to return if 1 in A, then we're going to print something back. The number 1 is contained in our database. So this is an example of when we would use the in operator. So I hit return one more time, and I have the printed statement returned to me. The number 1 is contained in our database. So that's an example when you would use that. If the object's contained in there, we can make Python return something to us. We can make Python run some other program. We can make it do a million things. So that is something very effective and easy for us to say, hey, is this in there? Oh, great, do this. If it's not in there, do something else. So I could say, let's take this one more step further. I know this is getting, away from what we're doing today, but hey, you're learning something new. So let's do if 5 in A. All right. Let me resize my screen here. Sorry about that. If 5 in A, we're going to do print the number 5 is contained in our database. Alright. And then down here we can say else print number 5 is not in our database. Alright. So we can take it one step further. So number 5 is not in our database. Alright. So that's just, some things we can do with the code. So I just want to take that a little bit further since today's, tutorial is a little short, and I know some people have been kind of itching to get into some more coding techniques, and like I said before, I'm trying to cover everything. So, I'm going to try, when we have short tutorials like this, I'll try to throw in some more coding exercises for you to better understand what we can do with the code. So if you have any questions, please let us know on YouTube. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you're bored, check out our website at learnpythontutorial.com, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.